Hi, this is Charlie. Let's bring that back up. Okay, this is Charlie, and today we're gonna change that timer for the pool, and that's the timer that controls how many hours that your pool pump run. And for some reason, this one, though it's working, it's going off and on, but it's not. The timer is not keeping on there. Something went wrong and it's not turning at the back. The mechanism in there is not working, so I'm gonna change the timer. So what I did was I went to the store and I bought just the inside part of it. It's a 24-hour mechanical time switch, and that's for that's a 240 volt voltage in there. So the first thing we want to do is, and the only thing you're gonna need for that project is really just a flat screwdriver. That's all you need. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn off the breaker, and we're just gonna pop it out, change the wires, do some interchanging the wires, and then just pop it back in. And that's all that there is to it. So the first thing we're gonna do is to go to the breaker and turn it off. So here we are, the breaker. We're gonna open the breaker up, and we're gonna look for the pool pump, and that's gonna be those two here. I marked it there sometime before that. So we're gonna turn this off. I left it running, so when I get back there, it should be off. So we'll know definitely that it's off. So we are back here, and you can hear that there's nothing running. So we're kind of pretty sure that there's no power coming into that, and that's really pretty easy to pop out. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pop out. There's a switch right up there on top. I hope you guys can see it. You just pop it out, and basically that's it. And this is the new one. We're gonna open it out, and it should fit in there quite the same. Here we go. So this is gonna pop in here, and you pop it in. So all we're gonna do now is just switch the wires in the different places. You have two wires coming down here for that mechanism back here. So that's already wired in. So all you're basically doing is changing everything else. This, I think it's called like a fireman switch. It's not working. This is supposed to control your heater. And what it does, or what it used to do was, just before your timer go off, a few minutes before, that switch you would put off the heater. So then you wouldn't have no water running, because if the pump is off, there's no water running through the heater. So then you don't want it to happen. So that's what that was for. But we don't really use the heater, so we don't really need that at this point in time. So what we're gonna do is start changing wires. And the first one we're gonna change is the yellow one, and that one goes with that first white one here. So that's all I'm gonna do is just switch those wires as I go along. Break the screw out, and just pull out the wire. Right, yeah, and that should loosen this one. And free this one out and push it right underneath here nicely. Make sure you push it in pretty good, and then just screw it in. So we have the first wire in, the yellow wire. The next one we want to do is the red wire, and the red wire goes right here. So we're going to take the red wire out. Oh, sorry, it's the orange wire. It goes last, and it's all by itself. And it's kind of flimsy at the end here, so I'm going to go ahead and get a knife and kind of cleanse it out. So I got myself a pliers, and I'm going to cut the edge, give me a new tip. We're just going to clean out the edge of that wire right here to give us a fresh piece of wire. And I hope my hand not in the way and you guys can see what's going on. But basically you're just giving it. Now this one we know goes in the last number 4 slot. And you can loosen that and push it right underneath here. screw that little sucker back. Nice and tight in here. And push that in back in. There we go. Turn this back up. Yeah, we're gonna do the red one. The red one goes in your number 3 slot. So I just realized you have numbers here. So the red one we know goes with the white wire in the number 3 slot. So we just unscrew it, take it out, and the edges. You have some good wires there, so we're just gonna loosen that little sucker baby out there, and push that baby in and tighten it back up. Simple as that. Real simple process. Okay, so we have one more baby to do, and that's the purple one. If you pull, you have that one, and then you can see everything is done. And the purple one goes in number 2. So you're gonna loosen number 2. And you're gonna push that baby in. Alright, do you like that? And everything is looking pretty nice. It's in there pretty good, pretty secured. Put that back in here. And then we're done. All we're gonna do now is to put the little timer piece to the switch, to help the switch to go on and off. So we're gonna figure that out and put it in after. So now what we're gonna do right now is to set the time, and then we're gonna put our triple switch where we want the pull to come on and go off. So the first thing we're gonna do is to set our timer head right here. It's now 240. So we just pop, like I said, if you didn't see it, you pop it out and you bring it to wherever the time is. You set the time. So we're gonna send it. Let's set it at that's let's say 2:30 right here. And now we're gonna use our triple switches. The triple switches. There's a one with on and one with off. We're gonna set it to roughly 8 o'clock. That should be ample time for it to run, to circulate the water. And we're gonna set the on one. You can see the on right here. We're gonna set it around just after I have my coffee, especially on weekends. So we'll bring it up to around, let's say 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. in the morning. So from 9 to, I mean, you can always come back and adjust it. It's up to you, it's your preference and where you leave. And right now, and you don't want to screw that too tight. And just give that a little help right here. Just set it up, and basically that's it. And let's go back to let's make sure it's in the off position, and then we go back to put the breaker back on. So here we are, the breaker. We're gonna switch the breaker back on. Close the protective cover. Here we are back at the box, and this is our first test, and hopefully everything should work. And we're gonna pop that boy back on, and yes, as you can hear, it's running, and it seemed like we did a good job. So at around 6 o'clock, 6:30, it should turn off. This is the old one that wasn't working. We're gonna pop this in the garbage. Make sure all the wires is in properly, and there's 2 little areas here that you can pop your covers, the protective covers. Put this one in right on that side. Here, right to here, and here we go. nice and safe. So when you come here, if it's dark, you won't touch any wires there. And that was the installation of the T104M 24-hour mechanical time switch, and we just switched it because it wasn't working. The old one wasn't working. This is Charlie. I'm out.